the 21st century. And the key reason as to why a lot of businesses fail, these people that have been in business for more than 5 or 10 years, 15 years, even 20 years, you see them going out of business and closing down, is because they fail to innovate. They fail to be innovative in first how they think, but then that manifests and they fail to be innovative with their marketing. They fail to be innovative with how to retain their employees. They fail to be innovative on how to get their message out there to the market. You know, so many businesses, and it really hurts my heart. It really does. When you see so many people that are excellent at their craft, you know, you have podiatrists and, you know, all these type of medical practitioners who have put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to become excellent at their craft. And if you were to go to them and be serviced by them, of course, you'll be able to experience how great they are. But you have to ask the question, like, why is it that these people who are so great at what they do, they're not in business anymore? They have to go work at someone else's practice, or, you know, they're struggling to get back into business. And the reason why generally is because they fail to be creative, to innovate, to keep up with where the trends are going. You have to be a part of the trends. And what you find is that when you're following these trends, you start to see yourself in these trends as to how you can be more innovative in marketing your business. It always comes down to marketing is pretty much getting your message out there in an innovative way that's constantly changing and growing and progressing with where the people's hearts are.
Right.
And if you're not in touch with that, if you're not really expanding on your creativity, if you're not, all right, cool. If you're not really expanding on your creativity and really thinking about what is the new thing that's there to really help your business grow, you're going to be driving yourself, you're going to dig yourself a hole. You're going to dig yourself in a ditch, and a lot of people can't get out of that. You know, a lot of times where we come into play, which I feel that, you know, it works because of the business that we're in, but we get a lot of people that they're already in the ditch. They already dug themselves a hole, and, you know, we have to do a lot of things to pull them out of that. And it really just comes down to they fail to be innovative, or, you know, there was a trend that someone may have put them hip to that they ignored and thought that just because they were in business for 15 and 20 years, they know how this goes. Then something instantly hit them where now the market has changed and they don't have that clientele, they don't have that lifeblood coming in anymore because they failed to be innovative with their message. They failed to be innovative with how to retain their clients. You know, some people may, you know, if, for instance, it can be a chiropractor where they always give you, like, I guess, a free session or something like that throughout the year, and that would be fine. But what is it that, what is the message? How can you be creative with your marketing where you'll be able to touch new people to constantly get people coming in? Because it's only but so long a business can stay alive on referrals. Maybe if you're doing business to business, that tends to be good, but if you're depending on referrals and a business to consumer type of business model, then that's a recipe for disaster. And the way that you prevent that, in my humble but honest opinion, is you have to be innovative. You have to think about new creative ways to, whether it be if you're you know, someone that owns a restaurant, how can you, you know, display your stuff better? If you're someone that's a doctor, you know, what type of lingo or whatever the case is you can do to convey a stronger message, to be in touch with the people you're servicing.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of referrals, I mean, you know, when you hear that a business is you know, they're doing great based on referrals, you know, they're probably going out of business faster than they know it. You know, because there's a 3-step system, you know, of being able to attain a client. That's attracting a client, being able to get a client through marketing, right? And marketing and innovation, right? And obviously sales, right? And then secondly, your ability to be able to retain a client. That's, you know, repeat customers. Can you keep your business? What's the lifetime value of that client? What's your retention rate? Like, when people use your services, do they come back in? Campaign or ad campaign, it's important to know your intention. You know, if it's brand awareness, if that's your intention, then it's about spreading the wealth of your name and what you stand for, and, you know, massaging the crowd, the audience. If it's lead generation, meaning you're looking to gather their information by providing value and getting in front of them, you know, getting your product in front of them, which can be you, then, you know, you have to give. It's something called, you know, a jaw-dropping offer or irresistible offer, which is the same thing. And is your ability to be able to get in front of folks, which is the most challenging thing. It's not, there's a lot of good businesses out there, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and their biggest thing is they either don't have the nuts to get in the game, meaning marketing, advertising, or they just don't, you know, they don't know how, you know, or they've been trying, but they can't deliver a jaw-dropping offer. that the marketplace is, the worst thing you could be in business, especially if you have a product or service, is ignored. Do you hear about players in sports, and they cry about being on the bench, meaning they don't have a chance to even score, play defense, take a charge, catch a touchdown, right? Hit a puck in the goal. Like they can't, the philosophy of what the management or the coaching staff stands for won't allow them in the game. Basically, that's most of the time what someone in business is going to tell you. It's the same thing when someone in business is failing. Hey, it's not my season. Hey, I don't have the dollars. Hey, blah blah blah. It's out there, but it ain't happening. So long story short, when you have to be able to nurture a lead, and when you get in front of that lead, you have to perform, meaning you have to provide value. You don't sell. This is not Groupon where you're selling it as a commodity and then you deal with them later. No, when you get in front of a lead, you want to be able to nurture it. Is it going to go your way every time? Is every lead a home run? No. That's why it's a cattle call. That's why you do a jaw-dropping offer. So with that being said, that's all you can ask for. And is your understanding as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, that you're not going to hit every shot. No one talks about the shots that Steph Curry misses. We talk about the shots he made. Like they deal with his field goal percentage in the data analytics after. There's people for that, right? But we, as fans, he had 45, he had 36, So that's what it's about, and that's how you have to look at leads. You find the quality and the quantity. Like someone that's not. Every call can go cold. Every lead can go cold. You have to nurture it. That's why when it's just no different than anything else that's growing. You have to water that plant.
Awesome. I like what you said as far as this key there, man, is that you find the quality and the quantity, and I think that's something that's missed when it comes to why leads are so important, is because so many people they go into business thinking they just want everything to be a hit, everything to be a success, and they may go through 10 or 20 or however much, based on their business or based on their model, they go through a certain amount and they don't have 100% return on investment for their leads. And like you said, you will never be able to get to the most important leads or the ones that really benefit your business if you don't go through the numbers. That's the reason why lead generation is so important and why it's something that needs to be taken serious, because you won't give yourself the opportunity to come across that quality client, that quality, conversion that you're aching for, that your business really need, if you're not willing to press through and go through the numbers. It's all about the seeds that's being planted. Every seed is a lead. And the more seeds that you have, the more leads you have, the bigger harvest that you're guaranteed to have. No farmer goes to starts planting and only with 1 or 2 bags of seeds, knowing that the farmer that they may be comparing themselves to is planting 100 seeds. And although someone may have come to them and said that these are the the best seeds, or